In the bottom of the first, after Mark Mulder had a quick 1-2-3 top half of the first, it was indicated early that Loesch was going to be struggling on the mound for the Twins. Billy McMillan, who played in left and led off today, singled to right field. Eric Chavez followed up with a base hit to right that sent McMillan to second base. The runners wound up at second and third after Durazo had grounded out, and Scott Hatteberg was at second and third with Durazo up, and at that point with the infield back, Durazo grounded out, and that was the necessary situational hitting approach because that got McMillan home with the first run of the ball game. But with 2 out, the A's still had a runner out there at third, and Hatteberg was up with Chavez waiting to be delivered. Loesch pivots and delivers. Drive into right center field. It'll be in for a base hit. And on in to score is Eric Chavez. 2-0 Athletics. Hatteberg delivers a run-scoring single. His 10th run batted into the air. And the A's third hit of the inning. Loesch then flirted with deeper danger by walking the next 2 hitters, Miller and Kelty, but he got Scudero to pop out to shortstop, ending the first inning with the bases loaded. Mulder retired the first 5 he faced today. The 6th batter he faced was Michael Kadire, who started the game at third base, a right-handed batter. Here's Kadire now. He was 0 for 3 in the one game he played in the series. .226 average, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Kadire had a huge spring training, and there's one hit deep to left field, and that's huge, and that is gone to the bleachers, and then some. Home run, Michael Kadire. No doubt about that when clearing the 362 mark with plenty to spare, a number of seats deep into the bleachers, and it's now 2-1 Athletics. The A's took advantage of an error for a run in the second inning to get that run back. There were 2 out when Burns was batting, lofted a pop foul that Kadire, playing third base, missed, and he was charged with an error. Burns turned that at bat into a base on balls. Chavez followed by walking after Burns had stolen second base. And here again was Durazo with a scoring opportunity. Here's the pitch. Cracked into right. Base hit. Played on one hop by Ryan. Around third comes Burns. Here comes the throw. Cut off. Burns scores standing up. And it is 3-1 Athletics. Durazo delivers a solid shot. His second run batted into the afternoon. And now that's number 18 for the year.
That's a case of working the count. Loesch falls behind. Durazo's looking for a fastball. Gets the fastball right down the middle, belt high.
Twins got an unearned run in the third inning. Blanco led off with a double off the glove of Chavez down the left field line and was at third after being sacrificed over when Shannon Stewart was the hitter.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Stewart ground ball to third and through. Chavez caroms into foul territory, rolls into the bullpen, and so Blanco scores from third, and Stewart winds up at second, and it's A's 3, Minnesota 2, and that's an E5. The Gold Glover Chavez kind of handcuffed by that ball.
And actually the A's were unable to take advantage of another walk by Loesch in the fourth inning. It was the only base runner the A's got in the inning. Mulder, after Stewart's at-bat, in which the error allowed the run to score, retired 7 straight. But with 2 out in the fifth inning, he gave up a walk to Luis Rivas, who was in a very struggling mode at the plate, came in batting only .200. Mulder not happy with that walk, and he was less happy after this 1-1 pitch to the following hitter, Stewart. Tying run at second base. Mulder delivers. Ripped to left and deep to left, and that is gone, and the Twins have taken the lead. Shannon Stewart unloads his 3rd home run of the year. I think that was an off-speed pitch, a changeup. It was up, and Stewart buried it beyond the 367 mark, and just like that, Minnesota has a 4-3 lead. But Loesch was not effective enough to stand prosperity today, coming out in the bottom of the 5th, wanting a shutdown inning. Instead, he walked Hatteberg to start proceedings. After he got Miller on a fly ball, his ex-mate Bobby Kelty was up, and Kelty wasted no time. Kelty swings. It's a high fly. That's deep to right. How deep? Going back is Ryan. He's at the wall. Gone! Home run, Bobby Kelty, and the A's are back in front. 5-4 Athletics. Kelty's 2nd of the year. Both against the Twins. His first from the left-hand side. And that was the end of the line for Loesch. He had lost the lead immediately. and that was the signal for Juan Rincon, a right-hander, to come in. Scudero greeted him with his first pitch by smacking it into the right field corner for a double, going to third on an infield out. And with 2 out and Billy McMillan up, Rincon and McMillan went deep in the count. Line drive. Base hit by McMillan down the left field line, skidding toward the corner and foul ground. Trotting home to score is Scudero. McMillan in at second base with a run-producing double. His third run batted in of the year on a 3-2 pitch. And the A's lead now is 6-4, and a 3-run fifth inning is in the books. Solid job by Billy McMillan. The Minnesota sixth was interesting to say the least for Marco Scudero, who played short today. Bobby Crosby's sore leg forced him out of the lineup just before the ball game. Mankiewicz led off in the sixth, and Scudero's throw to first on his ground ball was in the dirt. Hatterberg couldn't dig it out, and Marco was charged with an error. Then Hunter came up and hit a solid shot on the ground. Scudero took it, stepped on second, threw to first, wiped out all residue of the error. 2 men were out. And then it was Lou Ford, who came into the series with the league-leading batting average and left with 1 for 13. Ford scalded one, but it didn't do him any good. Here's the next delivery. Hard hit ball. Scudero, diving stop, gets up, throws, and he's out at first base. Spectacular play by Marco Scudero, going into the dirt and getting up lightning quick to throw out a speedy runner forward. Rincon had some troubles with control in the sixth inning. He walked Chavez, got the next 2 outs after a lecture from the pitching coach Rick Anderson. But then with Miller up, Chavez stole second base when they paid little attention to him. And Damian Miller has been swinging a hot bat for a long time now, coming in today at 309, and he didn't let up any. And the pitch. Line drive into center for a base hit. Chavez will round third, heading for the plate. Here comes the throw way offline, and it bounces away from Blanco. Backing up is the pitcher, but on the way to second, sliding safely is Miller as the throw goes over second, is finally backed up. So Damian Miller delivers a run-scoring single, and the A's lead is 7-4 here in the sixth inning. And with that, Mulder looked to be in pretty good shape, although in the eighth inning, after pitching 3 hit ball for 7, he was reached for singles by Stewart and Guzman, but then threw a pair of fly ball outs to Mankiewicz and Hunter, who flied to right field, after which Ford hit into a force out at second base, and that was the 15th ground ball out achieved today by Mulder. He was to get one more in the ninth inning and make the final total of 16, and the A's had one more to tack on in the run column, too. In the eighth inning, there were 2 out when Aaron Fultz walked Hatterberg, who was singled up by Miller once again, and Bobby Kelty had the end of a nice day against his former team.
Kelty batting right. It's the ground ball to the hole at third, and that's going to work its way to left for a base hit. Hatterberg around third to score. Stewart bobbles the ball at left, and so Miller goes into third safely. Kelty holds it first, and the A's take an 8-4 lead. It's a single, and then an RBI, and then an error on left fielder Shannon Stewart. So Hatterberg scoring, and Kelty gets the RBI, and a ball that was kind of a seeing eye ground ball.
And it was all left for Mulder to get 3 outs in the ninth inning. He had a slight detour on the way with 1 out. Ryan doubled to the right field corner and went to third on the second out of the inning. Blanco's ground ball. Only Luis Rivas standing between Mulder and his first complete game of the year. 1-2 pitch. Reaching out, he pokes it in the air to right. Dye is there. He has it. A's win, and the A's win the series. Mulder records his first complete game of 2004. The A's settle for a 3-3 homestand, looking to the road at Detroit and Kansas City immediately ahead. A runner left on in the ninth inning for Minnesota. The final score, the Athletics 8, the Twins 4.